I think I said everything that I should probably say. I'm Psychopants. I'm a newbie caster. Let's go. You start somewhere, you practice, you keep going. We had one improvement this time, which was I wasn't muted to start off with. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's go over to what maps these teams played. It is a best of 3. So map number 1. Let's have a look, shall we? Alright, so blue side, creepy crawler spiders. Red side, Raging Roosters FYP. You got creepy crawly spiders going for a map pick. They picked Tomb of the Spider Queen, and they banned Curse Hollow and Garden of Terror, because nobody likes either of those maps, I feel like. I've heard a lot of stuff about why, like, they're not what you want at higher play, like why you don't see them at higher play. And it kind of makes sense. So like Garden of Terror, there were a few games of Garden of Terror on in CCL. But I asked Goon, because I was watching Jazzy cast it with Goon, and I was like, hey, why do we hate Garden of Terror? And he was like, well, it's just boring, because it ends up being like one team can, or both teams can just leave like the objective until, yeah, they just leave it and just hang out, and it's just boring. So I was like, okay. But, like, you know, that's CCL, and we're here. We're full of fear. So creepy crawly spiders taking us to the Spider Queen. Raging Roosters on the side of red team. Raging Roosters, they banned out Dragon Knight and Towers of Doom. Which, honestly, actually, those two bans are interesting to me for, yeah, map bans, because usually what you see banned, right, is like Sky Temple, Braxis Holdout. Those two are reliably banned. I feel like people do tend to ban Garden and Cursed. So like Creepy Crawler Spiders bans feel very familiar. But on the side of Raging Roosters, I think that's quite unique. So the first place we're going to is Tomb of the Spider Queen. So without... No, not without further ado, we need to do... draft. So who picked what, where, when, how, who? Because obviously we're not live, we have to just kind of do a little bit of a recap of in what order each team banned and picked each hero, and this is kind of how I've opted to do that one. So, essentially, coming out with the Jaina ban first, that was Raging Roosters. Followed by Creepy Crawly Spiders banning out Stukov. Both, honestly, Jaina's wave clear on this totally makes sense. Stukov is just a pain because he enables so much with the puddle. And then Raging Roosters banning out Lucio on as the second ban. Tassadar coming out as a ban from Creepy Crawly Spiders. And then we have first pick on the side of Raging Roosters. They go for the Johanna. That's pretty typical if she gets through draft. I think it tends to be a bit of an auto-lock situation. And then Creepy Crawly Spiders pick up the Chromie and the Anduin. I can see those two actually going nice and well together. Just thinking about it, it would make a light bomb easier to hit if that's what you really, you know, if that's what you needed, if you needed it to be easier to hit, because like Chromie slowing sands are just a little bit bananas. Then Raging Roosters picking up the Rhaegar, really solid. I mean, with Stukov banned, and then Anduin being picked up by Creepy Crawly Spiders, that does leave, in my opinion, the top 3 healers that I see in our div is Stukov, Rhaegar, Anduin, so that kind of explains that one there. And then Raging Roosters, or rather gives a little bit of context, and Raging Roosters then picking up the Greymane to go along with the Rhaegar. Those two together, very nice too. Rhaegar with the team-wide slows with the Toem, and then Greymane, that lines things up nicely for him. I think it means he can get more hits in, because everybody's slowed, amongst other things, of course. And then the ban of Leoric coming out. It's the last ban, 3 of 3, coming out from Creepy Crawly Spiders. And Raging Roosters opting to ban Gazlo with that 3rd spot, that 3rd ban. We see Creepy Crawly Spiders then picking up Urel, the one that never dies. That's Urel, in my opinion. She is an off-laner, solo laner, and she just persists ad infinitum. Is that Latin? I don't know. And then they pick up May as the main tank. Raging Roosters then pick up Sonya as the solo lane, so that would be Sonya v URL. And also Kel'Thuzad, Burst Mage. I do enjoy Kel'Thuzad. If you dance with him in the game, he has a little cat that pops up that's called Mr. Bigglesworth. Anyway, Creepy Crawly Spiders finishing out the draft for Tomb of the Spider Queen with a Cassia pickup, which is pretty... That's pretty neat. I like that. I don't know if I've actually seen anybody play Cassia, at least in the games that I've played in Divi. And of course I've only casted one match, one best of 3, so and my memory is as if. I don't think Cassia was played in that though, but that'll be exciting to see. Okay, fun. Alright, so what we do from here is I should probably open the game. And we can get into it. See if everything... We'll see if nothing's broken. I made my cursor tiny again. Wait, there we go. I was like, why is that broken? Where's the sound? Okay, so on the blue team, you got Creepy Crawly Spiders. I'm going to mess that up. We have Gib on the May, Savior123 on the Chromie, Cordona on the Cassia, Auxilium on the Anduin, Yakovel on the Urel. And over on the red side, we have Cranky Rhino on the Rhaegar. You got Toast Monster on the Kel'Thuzad. You got Bad Monkey on Johanna. Sorry, it was a Blood Elf skin. I was like, who is that? Who is she? Iggy68 on the Greymane. And, of course, Sonya on... Sorry, Dr. J on Sonya. Sonya on Dr. J. Oh, interesting. Red team doing the usual mid thing, but blue team are like, hey, what's up? We want to bamboozle you. Meanwhile, you're out hanging out down there. This is curious. So red team's starting off obviously with the clear of the wave in mid. Typical kind of strat that I've learned on this map is you rotate as 4 between top and mid because the lanes are really close. So that's what red are doing there. And that's what blue are doing here. But they did it in reverse, right? So blue team started in the top lane, cleared the wave, came mid, right? Red did the opposite, started mid lane and then went top. I like it. Seeing some differences already. Toast Monster going in for the Q. No. Changed his SW, my bad. Misses. Probably some scouting abilities chucked out there. Blue doing the nice rotation, clearing up the waves, focusing the waves. Nice little time trap there. Putting a time trap in a bush. I feel like I don't play Chromie, but Chromie's ability to do many different things at once, even though she's DPS, I'm a big fan. So like just using traps, even just as wards. Hey, I need to back up, my bad. I was like, oh, I know something's wrong with this. So we back up, red team. Looking aggressive. Bad Monkey going in, getting the suck on 2. That is Kel'Thuzad or taking Anduin down. That is some quest stacks for, I would imagine, for Kel'Thuzad right there. That was a good pickup by Raging Roosters. FYP. See, look at that. So Johanna just got time trapped. I mean, of course, blue team knew that red team were there, but if they didn't, the time trap would have showed them. Yeah, but early deaths, you know, short death timers. So Handy Andy will be back pretty swiftly. There he is on his little spider. Blue team going up to catch this top lane soak. Urel was actually coming up into mid lane there. Not 100% sure on why, maybe to try and catch soak as well. Cordona on the 15 gems. Neither team have enough gems to turn in. Blue team nicely just picking up mid wave. Red team, are they going to look for an aggressive rotation? Johanna, you know, that's pretty standard. We're doing a nice little wander between top and mid and top and mid and top and mid. What's going on down here, do we think? Dr. J low on HP pulls out of bot camp, which means Urel, the one who never dies, I believe is how I started the cast, picking up that camp. Back to midwave. Never mind, look, I'm terrible. Turns out Yrel does get the kill on Sonya in bot lane. That must have been a Yrel. I don't play Yrel either. Q into the wall to stun. So safe to say, creepy crawly spiders, solo lane, winning their lane right there, and red team now. Raging Roosters looking to respond, coming down. Cranky Rhino threatening Yrel, like, hey, I'm gonna bite your butt if you're not careful. Red team, blue team are 1 gem away from having enough gems to turn in. Rhaegar coming in with the bite to interrupt, puts the totem down. Yrel, of course, being the one who never dies, just kind of walks away. Meanwhile, Sonya, who I think, yeah, can just comfortably solo camp from like level, I mean, they're level 6 now. So Sonya's doing that, doing the camp. Meanwhile, obviously, blue got their... I always get mixed up between bruises and siege. Got their bruises coming in. Kel'Thuzad getting a nice little combo on the chains there. Greymane going in, backing up for free, actually. And Kel'Thuzad going down to the Chromie. So blue team coming out on top out of that engagement. Red team got this camp pushing in. Blue team backing up. Safely clearing it. So Kel'Thuzad's got 3 seconds on the death timer. We're seeing blue team clear up that camp in mid, and then Chromie just kind of matching Greymane in top. Greymane potentially coming down now, yeah, on the Rooster. Never mind, he's circling back up top. Blue team clearing out this wave. Sonya is back in bot lane with Yrel. Red team looking for something in top. Doesn't look like it. Just kind of safely clearing the minions. Greymane taking care of the Web Weaver. See, this is Chromie slowing sands I was talking about. Hi, Iron, welcome. Okay, Mei going into red team, taking quite a few cannon tower shots and doing like, no, Mei, you've got no mana. Back up. I need to be looking at the solo laner's health bars because I just missed another kill. My bad. So Yrel, just kind of dominating in this lane down here, eh? I mean, she's got no mana currently, but that's 2 kills on the side of Yrel versus Sonya. Red team coming down to respond. She does have no mana as well, so I don't know if you're going to be able to jump out, even though I have touted you as the one who never dies. Is this going to be proving me wrong? Like, did I cast a curse you, even though this is a replay? Anduin coming down, but it's a bit too late. So what I would say there is Yrel just overstayed her welcome a little bit. Just a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. We all do that sometimes. This structure does go down regardless while they were chasing Yrel. So really, maybe it was just a galaxy brain play on the side of Yrel, just being like, hey, I'm just going to play for time so we can just, minions can get this keep. Red team moving up. Greymane is a little bit behind. Chains onto Mei. Miss. Sonya's a little bit deep. Johanna coming in maybe to stop that flank. Mei's like, hey, but I can change this. Cleanse coming out on the Sonya. Cleanse coming out, well, the D coming out on Johanna as well. That was some unstoppableness going on right there. Obviously, blue team do have the level 10 advantage for a split second, so I would imagine they'd be looking to make a play. Greymane is having to, or is trying to kind of pick up Soak in the bot lane. That is a Valkyrie coming out to Kel'Thuzad into a Yrel knockback, and Kel'Thuzad is gone. That was a Mei snowball, so Mei picked up Avalanche. We'll take a look at level 10s in a second. That was well done. Good exchange there. Is Sonya going to overstay the welcome Yrel? I think, no. Sonya backs up, thinking, hey, I've been traumatized by Yrel, so I'm just going to, like, peace out over here. So let's take a look at ults for the moment. What do we have? What do we pick up? Obviously, we have Mei picking up the Avalanche. Chromie slowing sands. We got a little bit of a preview of that, because, of course, she does pick up ultimates, like, 2 levels before everyone else. Johanna potentially being caught out, but, you know, JK, it's Johanna and Mei has no mana. That rhymed. Did not mean for it to at all. You got Valkyrie being picked up by Cassia. Light Bomb Classic being picked up by Anduin, and Yrel picking up, I think that's Ardent Defender. Again, I don't play her, but, you know, hey, she's looking for a bit of a cheeky situation. Nope, she decided to go back bot because there's a Web Weaver down there, kind of uncontested. Mei is still suffering on the mana point. 4-person D in mid. Red team opting to go up top to clear the wave and push this Web Weaver a little bit uncontested. Blue team, I imagine, will rotate up to take care of this shortly. On the side of Raging Roosters, you got Ancestral coming out from the Rhaegar, Curse Bullet from Greymane, Shadow Fisher from Kel'Thuzad, which I love that ult, to be honest with you, Leap from the Sonya, and Falling Sword from the Johanna, speaking of which, comes out, forces the Unstop out of the Mei, and that was a Kel'Thuzad ult as well. Did not get the cooldown, so didn't hit anybody, because obviously he gets resets or cooldown reduction, Kel'Thuzad, I think, by default baseline at level 10. So on the side of red team, quite a few ults blown. Blue team, less ults blown. That was a Kel'Thuzad Shadow Fisher potentially just being like, hey, don't follow us. Stay back. Foul beast. Blue team coming back in the mid. Yrel versus Sonya. Sonya's like, you know what? Yrel's killed me twice. I can't be doing with this. Kel'Thuzad coming up with the cone. Pulls Mei into a root. Mei pops out the unstop and Anduin pulls Mei out, successfully denying that kill on the side of the red team. Both teams are equal. That is a Fallen Sword coming out. Another big stasis coming out from the Chromie, but Chromie does go down. Meanwhile, Cassia's 1v3 and gets Sonya down. That might be about it, though. Greymane coming in looking for the pick on Cassia, but doesn't manage it. Instead, Cassia comes out with an amazing Valkyrie to take the Greymane down. Holy heckin'. Right, now Johanna is joining Mei in this mana thing. Bad Monkey backing up, though. Never mind. They are actually... Yes? No? Unsure. Maybe so. Backing up to get that mana. Lovely. Meanwhile, I mean, I guess, is this the strat with Mei? Just, you don't need mana. Never mind. Mei's backing up. Good. Anduin, I think, turned in gems in bot. You've got Rhaegar kind of hanging out with 29 gems in the top lane. Technically, he could be ganked, but I'm not sure what he would have seen on the map at that point. Probably had enough information to comfortably step up. Enemy team did have the level 13 talent tier advantage, but it just went as I spake. We got Sonya and Greymane in bot, trying to clear up this web weaver, but pretty sure blue team see that, and they see the two of them top as well, so they know Johanna's just mid. They kind of get mid for free, and they rotate on up to top where Yrel is doing a darndest to get rid of some minions so they can make use of this web weaver, which has, you know, dropped quite a bit of HP quite quickly. Meanwhile, red team are trying to clear up that web weaver in mid, which they do successfully. Chromie, look at the value of the Chromie here. Oh my gosh. Red team wanted to push into that, you know, to maybe get a pick. Maybe not save the structure, but definitely to, you know, try and look for a pick. But Chromie's just like, nah, I got this slowing sands. Have you heard? It's all the rage. Yrel's just walking around charging this ability. How long? Blue team going on the camp. You got Anduin, you got Cassia. Yrel hopefully going to pop off this ability. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Blue team working on their camp. Obviously, red team have a little bit faster of a camp clear setup with the Greymane, with the Sonya. So red teams gets into lane first. Blue teams is following. We got them matching up in mid. Red team turning in the gems. Apologies, I missed that turn. I think I was probably paying too much attention to Yrel's charge. Speaking of which, looking to go in the backline. No, knocks back Sonya, stunning her out of, or interrupting her spin. We've got a split going on here. Avalanche coming out. Sonya somehow getting out. Kel'Thuzad was caught in the avalanche though. Ancestral just a little bit too slow, and Yrel is coming for round 3 against Sonya, but no, has to back up. Meanwhile, though, Anduin does take Rhaegar down, so that leaves red team with that healer and blue team with everybody up. Blue team do have the level 16 talent tier advantage, rotating up top to clear this half-health web weaver, but they clear it surprisingly quickly, to be fair. Meanwhile, red team staying together, probably a wise thing to do, trying to catch up on trying to get that level 16. Blue team seeing everybody on the red team in the bot lane, use that space to try and pick up this boss. They have a level 16 talent tier advantage. They saw where everybody was on the map, so they know that they're going to take a while to get up. Red team are like, hey, if they're on the boss, we have to give it to them, because we can't fight really down a talent tier. So blue team getting a little bit of a free boss there. It was well played, honestly, in the decisions that they made in the lead up to this. They obviously red team see where all of blue team is, push on with this boss, so they are using that little bit of time, leaving 3 people in the bot lane to try and pick up some passive catapult pressure in bot lane. Sonya obviously going back. Greymane, I think, potentially having interrupted their back. Not too sure. I thought they were back in with Sonya previously. Sonya dangerously low there. That was a curse bullet. I think maybe coming out on the boss. I'm not sure. I didn't quite see. That is an excellent cone onto Cassia, but she gets pulled out by Anduin. Not today. What do we say to death? Not today. Johanna coming out with all sorts of stuff, all sorts of buttons there to just kind of discourage blue team. So red team did catch up. So they now have the level 16, so they're equally matched. Raging Roosters FYP in the red, Creepy Crawly Spiders in the blue. Both teams have same talent tier, not for too much longer. Yrel turning in gems mid, charging that ability. Everybody else trying to turn in bot, kind of stacked on top of each other. That would be scary for Leap if it was up. It is not. The cooldown though of Leap and oh my, Falling Sword. Pretty simple. Well, they line them up quite well. I can see, obviously, Falling Sword really actually enabling the Sonya leap, because it cleanses, obviously, whoever's beneath it. Red team stepping up a little bit. May getting a good W. Blessed Shield there coming out to discourage. Kel'Thuzad pulling the Anduin. Excellent using the pull. If he goes down, he can't actually get himself out of danger. Johanna is committing into the backline. Has to use the ult and then pop the D. I think she's going to pay for that. And that's a Valkyrie coming back, and she's got nothing to save her because the D's down. Rip. Well played on the side of blue team there to deny the Anduin pick. Kel'Thuzad getting that level 1 quest, the Death and Decay. Sonya spinning to win on top of a Kel'Thuzad or Avalanche coming out on Sonya, sending her backwards. I think Sonya, you know, you're potentially playing for time here a little bit. Just delay him, distract him. Yrel is going to try and kill you for a 3rd time. Curse Bullet coming out on the Cassia. Keep forgetting her name. Feels bad. Anduin, oh, that must feel so bad. I run away from it constantly. Yeah, Leap getting a little bit missed. That must feel bad. Yeah, feels bad. Again, you got blue team. Look, you have the frickin'. You got the frickin' frag. Oh my god. Pull on Anduin again. So much damage. Does go down this time with the help of the Greymane, but I think Greymane might have to pay quite a steep price. Falling Sword coming out onto the backline. Chromie and Cassia getting blinded and all sorts. Toast Monster missing the chains though. At which point, you're kind of going to have to start looking to come back, because you're not going to be able to secure the kill if you can't get that combo. Toast Monster, meanwhile, getting absolutely destroyed by a Chromie breath of whatever the heck. Johanna going down quite quickly after that. And that Slowing Sands honestly doing a lot of work to control space. That's a cone out, pulling Chromie. But the stasis is on point. She still goes down, even if, you know, if she just kind of survived for a second extra. Rhaegar going down to, I think, a Cassia right there. Chain target too far away from the Yrel, and of course Ardent Defender. Rest in pieces. Rest in pieces. That feels bad. Yrel, the one that never dies. Anduin build looks pretty what you would expect. So 3 people, that makes for 3 people down on the red team. Leap coming out, she unstops herself. Sonya's desperately like, hey, Yrel, you killed me 3 times. Please, can I have you? But rightly so. When she misses the Q, Sonya backs up and does what Sonya is very, very good at, which is clearing up this camp. Red team do have, red team are on level 19, blue team are on level 20. So once again, blue team having the level 20, well, talent tier advantage. Both teams picking up their camps. Of course, red team, as I mentioned earlier, a bit of a faster clear. Kel'Thuzad is going to be back. And red team will be on, or in, show up in full force. Yeah, breath of whatever the heck. Honestly, I can't remember Chromie's abilities. Sandblast. That's the cue. W is breath of something or something breath. So, very familiar and similar situation happening in the mid. Both camps facing off. Red team obviously can't actually be as aggressive or as kind of confrontational as they were in the previous matchup in mid, because they are down that level 20. Blue team are gonna leave the camp push in mid, I do believe. The boss is up in 2 seconds, very well timed on the side of Creepy Crawly Spiders. Breath of Pocket Sand. Perfect. Uh-oh, Sonya missing the spear on the camp. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Being spied. Nobody's safe. So level 20 upgrade, you got the upgrade to Light Bomb, so on blue team. Upgrade to Valkyrie. I can't remember what this is. Piercing Sands, right, yeah. So her Sandblast now pierces. And you got every 15 seconds the next Snowblind you have has increased, I think, damage. Area, okay, cool. And that upgrade to Yrel, well, I don't know if it is an all upgrade. Seraphim, activate to become unstoppable. So that was actually how she unstopped against Sonya. Self-cleanse, that's rude, isn't it? I mean, she's a paladin. So, blue team coming in onto the last structure. Valkyrie coming out missing. Yrel looking to get in on Greymane, but saw the Valkyrie miss and thought, I might back up. Wait for my team. Wait for this wave. Red team have a little bit of space to defend the boss, but not too much. Yrel going in with a pre-cleanse. Little bit of miscommunication there on the Light Bomb, but it's okay because boss got through the shields quite nicely. It looks like Yrel just full-on jumped into two of the red team and then they melted with the help of Crawly. Sonya spinning to win. Ooh, did a little bit of damage, but not enough to secure a kill. Meanwhile, Anduin going down from Creepy Crawly Spiders. Yrel just suplexing people seemingly, again with the help of Crawly. Greymane is the last one standing, trying to get Crawly on 180 HP. It does not work. Meanwhile, Cassia has been smacking the core faithfully for the last 10 years. And that will be GG to Creepy Crawly Spiders. GG, well played, both teams. Seraphim is busted. That's fair. Alright, so let's update our little shenanigans. You got Creepy Crawly Spiders are on the one. And then the next map that gets picked up, again picked by Creepy Crawly Spiders. Surprising to me this, is Sky Temple. Hey, who saw that coming? Who saw that coming? So obviously, the losing side, so in this case, Raging Roosters would have gotten priority, so they could pick first pick or map pick, and they went for first pick, leaving Creepy Crawly Spiders to choose the map, and they decided to take Raging Roosters FYP and us to Sky Temple, which you don't usually see, I would say. I'm just going to put that out there, especially with Battlefield of Eternity still up and available. Infernal Shrine's still up and available. Those two, I think, tend to be fan favorites, you know? I do really enjoy playing BOE myself. Shrine's less so. But honestly, I mean, 2 lanes. It's good for my brain. Less to deal with. less to deal with. So, let me sort this out. I'm also going to take a sip, because my throat is going. Good job, Yrel. Alright. It has been called. Yrel gets MVP, as voted by Iron Flare. Worthy of your rice cracker snacks. That's big. You would share those? Woo. Oh, man. And the hazardous thing with water is I usually just somehow make myself choke on it every time. So it's always a bit of a crapshoot. So what we're going to do, they're taking us to Sky Temple. So I will get the draft order ready for us, and we'll hip hop over there. You went nuts at a Korean market. Bunch of snacks. Mmm. Tasty. Alright. So, this is how things shook out in the draft for Sky Temple. So what happened here is look at who gets banned right at the top. So top to bottom is what we're looking at here. So I'm Flair's MVP, also probably mine. That Yrel, incredible. Like, I mean, anybody that plays Yrel and plays Yrel well is, in my opinion, witchcraft immediately, because I have no idea how to play her. Absolute witchcraft. It's similar with like Maev. I'm like, what are you doing? shenanigans. But Yrel, like, beating Sonya out in the lane, like, several times. Just 1v1ing. And as far as I'm aware, Yrel isn't particularly... Is she a 1v1er? I don't think she really is. She's like a, I will survive in this lane forever. You will have to take it. You will have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. That's what I always saw Yrel as. So very, very impressed by that Yrel play. So, yeah. Anyway. Raging Roosters FYP. Busting out of the gate with that Yrel ban. Because they're like, hey, no. No, thank you. I see what you're bringing, and I say no thank you. Creepy Crawly Spiders responded to that with a Stukov ban, which I believe they did. They actually haven't changed their bans this time around, apart from the third one. So banning out Stukov. Jumping back over to Raging Roosters, who also respond being like, hey, you know that Yrel? Yeah, we also don't want the May either. Thank you, cool. So they ban out the May. Creepy Crawly Spiders responds with the Tassadar ban, which... they banned exactly the first two bans in the previous game. And then that means that we hippity hop over into hero picks. Obviously, Raging Roosters opting for first pick on this map. Pick up Dahaka. That is incredibly high prio for Dahaka Flacker Flame, as I like to call him. I think he's pretty solid choice on Sky Temple, obviously, because it's a huge map. And his global, wherever there's a bush, he can go, which is pretty lovely, if you ask me, on a bigger map. Creepy Crawly Spiders then locking in the Sonya, taking it away actually there then, right? That would be a bit of a double up as a bit of a deny pick, because Raging Roosters picked up that Sonya in the previous game. And they also pick up the Lucio too. Lucio, again, another good pick for Sky Temple because it is a huge map. So you get value out of the speed boost, unless you're like me and you just by default mount up before you move anywhere. And you're like supposed to be ganking. Yeah, anyway. Then, Raging Roosters locking in Arena, which is my captain, my NGS team captain's bay before anyone else. And also locking in the Kharazim as well. That is a very curious pick. It is, I feel like, not often that you see a Kharazim be picked up. At least again, in like my Storm League games, in my NGS games, I don't think I've seen a Kharazim. But anyway, that getting picked up by Raging Roosters. It's exciting to see different picks because, I mean, in last game, I was talking about the Cassia pickup and how, hey, I swear to God, I haven't seen this. There was some incredible Valkyries coming out from that Cassia that just delete and ended up in that hero being deleted. It was phenomenal. And honestly, I think for me the highlight of last game was blue team's like self cleanses or just cleanses or their stasis. They were on it. They stasis themselves like Chromie and May at just the right second every time. And then obviously like Anduin coming in with pulls saving people as well. It's like Raging Roosters was they were not playing bad, I don't think. And blue team just being like, hey, yeah, you're trying to get a pick, but bye. It was a lot. That was a lot. It was magical to watch, honestly. Anyway, back to the draft. Where do we leave off? Kharazim, yes, of course. And then Creepy Crawly Spiders using their third and final ban slot to ban out my favourite bug with the best voice line in the game, an Uberak. Red team choosing to you know, last ban, third ban, 3 of 3 bans. They really did not like last game the Yrel, the May, or the Chromie. So they're just like, you're not having any of this. Get out of here. So they banned all 3 of those. And then Creepy Crawly Spiders actually picking up the Johanna this time. Surprising that she got all the way through to 12th in the draft order. That is magical. That is very magical. Of course, it kind of doubles up as another denial pick too. I'm not sure if Raging Roosters would have been going for it anyway, but they did play a previous game. And then also picking up the Grey Mane alongside that. Incredibly good on this map. You know, when you have to, like, I mean, he's really good, I think, in many situations. But when the objective is PvE, he could just slap him and clear it quite quickly. Raging Roosters responding with the ETC. I would be expected to see, like, a stage dive here for the pseudo global. at level 10 to get that like mobility around the map. Also locking in the Orphea. I'm just considering that Orphea pickup. There's nothing worse in the game than when you miss a Shadow Waltz. It just feels so bad. And I'm wondering if Orphea would actually be reliably be able to get the Shadow Waltzes off. Obviously, you've got Lucio with the movement speed, which would mess you up, I would imagine. Anyway, and Creepy Crawly Spiders rounding out the draft by picking Jaina Proudmoore, who everybody on my channel knows I dislike her, but not because she's bad. You know, she's not bad. She's such an incredible character, but the version that we get of her in Heroes of the Storm is such a chocolate fire guard. It upsets me. Anyway, that is the draft for Sky Temple. So let's switch on over to. I'm just gonna. Hold on, wait a minute. We'll go back here, and I'll load us into the game. So this is where we're going. Game 2. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Perfect. So it is a best of 3. So Creepy Crawly Spiders just need to win this one, and they will take the series. And also get a domination, I believe, is the thing in NGS. I should know. I'm an assistant captain. I'm sorry, feels bad. Blue team coming at you. You got Cordona on. Is that the Greymane? Yeah, it is. Gib on the Johanna. Auxilium swapping from the Andaman to the Lucio. You got Savior 123 on Jaina Proudmoore. And you got Jackovel on the Super Sonya. Very nice Skinnergy. I see you and I appreciate you. On the red team, we do have Bad Monkey on the Nightmare mount. And also playing Karazim. Cranky Rhino coming out with some Mad Max Rainer. You got Dr. J on the Dahak Flag Flame. You got Iggy68 on ETC. And Toast Monster on Orphea. So usually, you know, you have a little bit of shenanigans over the vision sometimes. Doesn't happen this time. Sonya going straight to her lane. So it is a 5v4 in mid in favor of red team. Paul coming out on the Johanna. Johanna walks away and then D's, probably, hopefully, to secure her life right there. Carries him going in deep, doesn't quite get a pick, almost gets picked. Toast Monster successfully hitting a Q. I see you. Blue team going in for the rotations. Orphea actually safely trying to slow him down to prevent them getting to the minions and to that XP. Blue team focusing on the minions very, very well. Red team a little bit slow to respond. 3 of them down here. Karazim catching up right now to clear those minion waves, that minion wave bot. Blue team nice and safe coming up here. Here's the main reason why you take a Greymane. Because from level 1, the boy can just do camps by himself. So blue team already started their camp. Red team, you got Rainer in there. My bad, I forgot this. Rainer doesn't even have Exterminator either, so the red team are actually going to have to come in and help Rainer. If Rainer had Exterminator, he would be able to solo that camp. So because of that, red team, you will see right now, of course, Greyman actually being able to get the pick on ETC, while red team were having to help Rainer on that camp. Sorry I missed that. I was too flabbergasted at the no Exterminator. And I was going to say something else, but it completely left my brain. I'm just shooketh right now. I'm shooketh. Orphea coming out with some decent damage, taking Greymane down to half health pretty much there. You got Siege Camp. Blue team, they're like, hey, I love this. Like, we're not fighting. We don't need to. Let's keep up rotations. Let's keep up the XP. Johanna going mid, sucking this in. We're going to have a nice little Cone of Cold because she doesn't need to drop the Blizzard. Did not need to right there. That was very, very good. Blue team, so Jaina, Johanna, keeping up the rotations between mid and bot, while the healer and the big slappy DPS go up here and cap their bruiser cap. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Blue team, Lucio obviously was like, hey, never mind, it's Greymane. I don't need to have, like, I don't need to be here with Greymane. He's fine. He's chilling. ETC also chilling in this bush. Blue team coming down for the rotation. Getting this wave in bot. Red team doing the same thing. hippity hopping, skipping and a jumping back into mid lane to get this soak. Having said that, Johanna's going to be left here because she's like the tank with the best wave clear, right? Clean this wave up, get that XP. The rest of blue team are actually already really well positioned up here, pushing in here with the spell armor from the camp, getting a little bit of value. Red team are, of course, rotating on them, and they do not have Johanna. They know they don't have Johanna, but you know who they do have? They have Lucio, who speed boosts them away into a safer position. Greymane is on some low health right there, but he'll be fine. Pops the sippy cup to live another day. So you got Johanna after she cleared waves mid. She's just gonna go on this. She's gonna go on this objective, and she won't kill him, but she won't die. Capping that, so red team, pretty much everybody is either in the lane or on the top shrine. Meanwhile, Greymane being sent back down bottom to continue the lane pressure and to continue picking up the XP. Trades off with Johanna when Johanna is done with the objective. And skedaddles down bot to get this XP as well. I wonder if, like, the reason... I can't see it here. You can in-game if you hover. But I think the XP lead from the side of... Let's see, actually. It's only 1 kill, look. So, like, the XP lead that blue team have there... is because of minions. Gib going, getting low, popping the D. When not under threat, it could have been a little bit of a panic button. Blue continuing the rotations, I'm sure they'll send Greymane with Jaina. Potentially they're doing this because of it. They know where red team is and they want to try and get a faster camp clear, but honestly... Yeah, Jaina Primal going down, getting punished for that one. I was gonna say, when you know... there's 4 of them down there and you're split with 2 people in mid and 2 people on the camp. Unfortunately, they did make the right call, blue team. Creepy Crawly Spiders with Greymane backing off there because, yeah, that could have been worse. It could have been worse. Not ideal, but could have been worse. Red team now starting their siege camp, ETC and Orphea. Meanwhile, you got Reyna and Karazim. Happily, which man is that? Green man? Yeah. Taking the top bruiser camp as well. Solo lane fight, this time looking pretty even. I can't recall either one of these dying. So that's a little bit of a better situation, I think, for Raging Roosters. So well done, hats off to you. Blue team, they are, as I say, that caster curse. Wow. Coming to gank on the Dahaka, who did pop out up. No, did not, because they don't have 10 yet. So that was actually blue team playing to their advantage there. They had a level 10 and they came and they ganked Dahaka, and Greymane almost died, but Pixel Perfect doing the math. Not taking that last hit from the structure, because I think that last hit might have killed him. Well done. Meanwhile, let's hop down here. Red team, after getting that camp, do push in onto bot. They get a few hits on it themselves, so they can try and make more of a thing out of red, like out of the objective. And blue team, meanwhile, are doing different things on the map because they're like, hey, it will take us 84 years to get down to contest the objective. So instead, we're going to go on the opposite side of the map and get value up here. I love this. Some people, I do feel like you can kind of suffer with prioritizing, thinking like, oh, I've lost the objective. What do we do? There's so much that you can do. Very well done on the side of Creepy Crawly Spiders. Red team doing well to get the objective and actually own that space as well. Red team are looking to make something happen. I think the hacker popped out of a bush. Does pull a minion, not sure why. Sonya coming in with the leap, trying to blow up the Orphea, but that is a brilliant palm coming out on the Orphea from the Karazim. ETC still standing. Cordona on the Greymane is getting a little bit eaten by this Orphea over here. Dahaka's going down. Lucio comes out with the D, slows the Dahaka down to secure the kill. Meanwhile, Greymane jumps on the Orphea and is like, I am having none of these shenanigans. Gib is low on mana, but, you know, obviously this is all 5 of the blue team coming to secure this ETC kill, so the mana ain't no problem. It ain't no thing. Takes a pet like no problem. So that makes for 3 members of Raging Roosters FYP dead, Two of them are back in 3 seconds. One is back in 10 seconds. No talent tier advantage to speak of, which is nice. Red team just kind of turtling. Luckily, you know, with the wave being pushed up, they can at least save soak XP there. You've got blue team seemingly positioning for a boss. They are showing Sonya in bot lane. No, wait, they wouldn't. Red team wouldn't have seen Sonya, actually, I don't think. There weren't minions, red team minions down there. Blue team do have the level 13 talent tier advantage right now. They pick up at the siege camp, and then Sonya, as we know, doing what Sonya does best and just, you know, catching this camp up here, doing her homework. Spinning to win. They've just got Reyna kicking off on this siege camp. Looks like ETC might be helping. Might be thinking about it. No, backs up, backs off. Carries him instead of course. Walls are nothing to the man, so he zips through, helps Reyna finish that up. And it looks like, I don't want to miss this, there's another gank coming out onto Hacker, I think. Tries to pull somebody in, does Dr. J, but misses the tongue. Very, very, very too far up, unfortunately. And blue team do have the minimap DLC installed, because red team are still lacking that level 13 talent tier advantage. But yeah, without this structure here, the Hacker needed to back up, sadly. Which I think feels painful on the Hacker, because as the Hacker, your main thing, right, is... Shit. Oh, I just swore. My bad. Yeah, I think I whiffed the zoom. Sorry, I might have been a bit too zoomed in. My bad. So blue team coming in on this keep. Poor Dahaka is back again for maybe some more pain. Red team down here capping this objective. Sonya just 1v PvEing on the middle objective for creepy crawly spiders. You've got this camp pressure here as well. Not quite actually getting shots in on the structure. Blue team taking down that keep. Dr. J now safe to try and clean up this camp. I think creepy crawly spiders got some mad value off of that. They were looking, they're taking a sniff at mid, but then they obviously see the Hacker. I don't know if they saw the Hacker teleport. They may have a pit there. They might have known actually that red team were going down on that boss, but they knew that they were already, like blue team were already out of position, so they opt to steal their bruiser camp in top. The Hacker teleports to try and clear up mid. I'm concerned for Dr. J's life a little bit, because blue team is obviously pushing in onto the core, because they see the boss in bot lane and they're just like, you know what though, that boss has more to get through than we do to get to this core. So this is like four people. They sent Greymane back. 4 people just smashing on red team's core right now. High five coming out. Not even sure if it was quite needed, but the R coming out. The core is now down to 30% health. I think I heard. No, I did not hear a curse bullet. Lucio going down, I think, to that mosh from Reyna. Jaina going down as well. Johanna going down on creepy crawly spiders. But Sonya still alive and still on full health. That is level 16 to 15. Blue team wins. GG, well played. It was a smart rush. They're just like, boss has more stuff to get through. We can win this. And they sent Greymane down there, I think, just to keep red team from backing even. I mean, I think he was keeping somebody preoccupied there at the end. I think it might have been, who was it? Orphea. Not that Orphea can do much to PvE stuff. She's, you know, she's made for murdering heroes. So, that makes for creepy crawly spiders to Raging Roosters FYP 0. GG, well played to both teams, but the win does go to creepy crawly spiders. 2 games to 0-0. Cordona, this is Greymane. Hello, you kept Orphea there, but... I mean, you got mad wave clear as well as Greymane. You were back before the core call was made. Makes sense. So you'd already backed up. You were already down there. Yeah. And then call was called. Okay. Well done for doing what you could regardless. Because, I mean, that must have felt... Oh, man. If your team makes a core call and you're back and you're like, oh, no. So unfortunate. Sometimes that'd be how the cookie crumbles. But GG, well played to you guys, creepy crawly spiders. You did great. That was you got the win anyway, even though it was just 4 people. I feel like Sonya counts as 2 on a core. I think you're all right. But thank you for giving us that insight. Super curious. Yeah, to know how kind of things were going behind the scenes. That is absolutely excellent. And yeah, I was curious about the Sky Temple pickup. You don't usually see that, eh? Yeah, the miscommunication worked in your favor. Agree. Agree, because I mean, if Orvia went back, Red Team, she might not have been able to really help with. No, there wasn't a boss. Sorry, I have fish memory. She's obviously really, really good against heroes, and they could have done with her, probably. You know, couldn't have hurt if they had Orphea up there for sure. So yeah, I still think that even though you're already back in, and then the core call was made, I do think that you made the most of it. So well done, GG. Perfect. All right. My throat. We felt you could out-rotate them. Ah, after the Tomb game. Yeah, that's why you picked Sky. Because Sky Temple's big rotation, and you were rocking the rotations on Tomb. So then you went Sky. Yeah, I was curious about that. Because I was like, BOE's up, Infernal Shrines is up. And they're going Sky Temple. I'm scared. But yeah, you know, you honestly, like, I think I pointed that out at one point, like your team on Tomb, or maybe even on this Sky Temple map, there was only one kill and you had like a level lead, basically. And I was like, that's all with rotations. Everyone plays that, yeah. You just, yeah, you were leading just all through rotations, and that was quite majestic to watch, to be honest, because yeah, I sometimes get lost. John Cena. Ba, ba, da, ba. All right, we are going to hip hop, hippity hop it. Wow, it's so hot in my office. Jesus. Tomorrow's supposed to be 36 Celsius, which I think has to be over 100 Fahrenheit. I'm going to swap my scenes over, and we'll go and we'll play some. Forgot the name of it. Cult of the Lamb. Yeah, GG though, good set. It was. The Urel play, by the way, Cordona. I don't know if you were here while we were praising the Urel play, but please tell your Urel that I'm scared.